Hey everybody, my name's Meison, jack of all trades, master of none. And welcome to my winter 2016-2017 anime lineup, first look, so to speak. I'm using livechart.me, or livechart.me, to look at all of them. I've got them in order from, popularity. So I'm gonna just go down the list until I reach the last one that I'm actually interested in, and maybe I'll cover a few others after that. But I'm just gonna go down the list of anime and just talk about all the ones that are coming out. I'll leave a link in the description below to get to this website specifically, because you can order them by popularity. It also has an order of by when they're coming out. But I figured with the season coming to a very quick end, like, I can't believe it's already almost winter season again. But with it coming to such a quick end, I figured might as well go ahead and take a look at what's coming up before I get into the review of the season past, because there's only about, maybe like, it's less than a month before we get into it. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump right on into this. The first one is Kono Subarashi Sekai ni Shukufuku wo 2. I'm looking at it on the screen, so I don't have all this memorized, but that's basically Konosuba Season 2, which was, if you watched, I think, the previous, 2 seasons, there was the ReZero anime, and it was a huge success. But this is kind of like that, only pure comedy instead. I think this was originally scheduled for this season, but it didn't come out, so it was pushed back one. However, it's a really funny anime, comedy, very, oh my goodness, so many memes. Oh my Jesus, all the explosions. It was a really, really funny anime. I enjoyed it. And I appreciated greatly the fact that it took this whole Sword Art Online, like the virtual reality fantasy kind of thing, and took it in a different direction. And it's not based on virtual reality, it's reality, but it took this whole fantasy idea of getting transported somewhere else, and, getting, really just, it's, very satirical, it's just really funny. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. I highly recommend watching the first season. I think you will all get a great kick out of it, and do that before you watch this one. But, looking forward to it, definitely gonna watch it this year. Next is Ao no Exorcist, Kyoto Fujouou-hen. I did not actually know this was done by A1 Pictures, which if you don't know, I love A1 Pictures. They're kind of hit or miss. Sometimes, with Gate, you get something really good, and then there are other ones that's just you hurt me there. But this is Blue Exorcist, a fantastic anime. It was a huge hit. I think it was back in, 09, 07? I don't remember. But it's had a couple of movies, and a lot of people have wanted a second season. I do not know if this is a second season. However, I am hoping that that's what this is. It is a second season. I haven't done any research either, I'm just using what I've got on this website. But I'm hoping it's a legitimate continuation off from the first season, because it ended alright, but it didn't end in, the best of places, I suppose. And there was certainly room for more. So I will 100% be watching this. I highly recommend going to check out the first season of Blue Exorcist, before you watch this. But anyway, I'll be watching it, looking forward to it. The next one is Masamune-kun no Revenge. It's done by Silverlink. I have no idea what they've done. I'm sure I know a lot of the stuff they've done. They've probably done some of my favorite stuff, but I just don't remember, so maybe I'll put up on the screen, some of the things they've done. But basically, this is just a story about this kid who was overweight, got picked on a whole lot when he was younger, and, there was one specific girl that he particularly hated. And so he went on this whole regiment of bettering myself. And by bettering himself, he ended up becoming, this super bishi guy with, great at sports, amazing grades, just flawless person. And he wants to get revenge against her. But, of course she doesn't recognize him, and then, hilarity and romance ensue. I don't know how good it'll be. It's based off of manga. It's likely gonna be just the 12 seasons. I'll watch it, and based on the picture and the description, I'll probably stick with it. It'll probably be, mid-tier this season. but I guess you guys could check it out. I don't know what to expect, honestly. The description doesn't really give me all that much to go off of. The fourth one is just a continuation of The Trickster, which I did not actually enjoy that much. The main character was really a bitch. I got, what, maybe 8 episodes in? Maybe not even that many, like 5. And he just didn't change. It was like, I can't take this. So I actually dropped that. And you will see that in another video in a couple of weeks about, you know, the anime that I dropped. Next one is Tales of Zestiria VX, the second season of it. This is done by Ufotable, who also did, what was the anime? It was a huge, thing, God Eater. It had like 9 episodes, and then they had to do the last 3 in installments. I don't know why, but it's really, really interesting, animation style. I greatly appreciate it. The first season was kind of, for this anime, was kind of really good when they were focusing on the main character Sore from the game. Not so much when because partway, like 3, maybe 4 episodes in, they switched over to someone else for a couple episodes, and I was just like, I don't care about them, especially since they didn't show up at all later in the season. I'm sure it's just based off of the game. I have not actually played the game, but still, they could have done something differently. I don't know why they chose to do it, but I'm looking forward to the whole second season, because the first one, it was just really pretty. I love the animation, and I like the story. It's not necessarily the most original, but I feel like it really plays on certain stereotypes very well. I recommend at least check out like the first 2 to 3 episodes of the first season. It's not for everyone, but I think for those of you who like this kind of stuff, great pick. So I'm definitely looking forward to it and so watching it. The next one is Kuzu no Honkai. This one's by Lerche, or Lerche, I don't know how you pronounce it, I'm gonna say Lerche. Or will I? Anyway, it's based off of a manga. It's a drama, romance, school, and seinen. It's basically this guy and this girl get together in a mutual relationship purely over the fact that they can't be with the person they want to be with. I guess because it would be considered because of like social norms, like they can't go after the people because they both are in love with like teachers and stuff. And so I'm guessing it will be a lot like Toradora, where you get the guy and the girl originally wanted these two, and so they were helping each other out to get them, but in the end they ended up getting together instead. Toradora is one of my all-time favorite anime. It's number 2 on my list. Maybe I'll make a top 5 one day. Or top 10, whatever. But I'm curious about the anime, but I don't know if it's gonna be an amazing look. So I guess I'll at least give it a watch and maybe do a first impressions on it. And it's a maybe. I'll check it out. The next one is just leftover from last season, Sangatsu no Lion. Shaft, absolutely fantastic. I love this anime. It's very grandiose, but also it feels really down to earth. Like, and despite the fact that it's really dark, it's actually got a lot of really good comedy. And I love the balance between the two, and like the fact that they're so contrasting yet balanced in the anime. It's really good. I recommend at least checking out a little bit. It's got a very interesting art style, so it's probably not going to be for everybody, but I recommend at least checking it out. The next one is Chaos Child, which is maybe not a direct continuation of Chaos Head, but I didn't watch Chaos Head, and I don't like watching things that I haven't seen the first season of. I don't like doing that, so I will not be checking out Chaos Child. Sorry to those of you who actually enjoy that. Next on the list, or the number 9, is Handshakers. The story seems kind of generic. It's an action done by Go Hands, who I don't think I've ever heard of. It seems rather generic though. You got a team pair up, and when they pair up, they can produce basically magical powers or whatever, you know, the other power is. They gain some sort of power, and then they battle it out over wishes. That's like, I can't tell you how many anime I've seen that. But the picture looks like it might have some interesting animation. I don't know if there's a, what's it called? I don't know if there's a trailer for it, that's the word. I don't know if there's a trailer for it, but I haven't looked at trailers for any of these. At the very least, I'll check it out. You guys should probably check it out too, but yeah, there you go. Next is Fate Grand Order. It's a TV special, so only one episode. I do believe this is connected to the Fate series, like Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, Fate, but unlimited budget works. All that nonsense. I've never watched past Fate Zero, which Fate Zero is, oh god, that was a slog and a half. But I didn't mind, like, the way it looked, or like the newer ones. I watched it specifically so I could go and watch Fate Stay Night, and then I never watched Fate Stay Night, because I'm a lazy motherfucker. Either way, I'll probably not be checking this out as much as it pains me to say that, purely for the fact that I haven't seen anything leading up to it. And like I said before, I don't like watching things. Ooh, shit, I just smacked the fuck out of my mic. Purely because I don't like looking at things I haven't already seen. So, sorry guys. The next is Little Witch Academia, which, okay, I just want to say I'm really excited for this. It's Trigger, one of my favorite animation studios, and I saw like the OVAs, or like TV specials, whatever, on this whenever it came back a long time ago. It was actually a winner of some sort of special like contest, and so it got some animation done for it. But now, I don't know if it was originally done by Trigger, but Trigger has at least picked it up, and they're making a full series out of it. And I am super excited. Because I love Trigger, I love their animation, and it's like magic and stuff. So it's gonna be a lot like Kill la Kill in the fact that it's gonna be like all over the place, like just absolutely crazy. So I am definitely 100% checking this out. And I'm guessing this might be one of the top for the series. That along with like Blue Exorcist and maybe Konosuba. The next one is Fuuka, or Fuuka, whatever. It's Dio Media, which they've done a lot of stuff. I just don't know what they've done, as always. Drama, ecchi, music, romance, school, shonen. Let's see, it was something about like this girl who doesn't own a cell phone shows up one day. And so this guy's like, oh, she's really weird, she doesn't have a cell phone. Because everyone in the world has to have a cell phone nowadays. But he was like, oh, she's really weird, and so romance and music ensues. It reminds me a lot of, there was a visual novel that I bought. Oh, what was it? Oh, I got it somewhere, I don't know, it was a visual novel. I don't have it downloaded on this computer. And I can't remember the name of it, but it was really interesting. I didn't play all the way through, but I liked it. So I'll be checking this out at the very least. I'm not a big fan of like harem ecchi stuff, but it doesn't say harem, so I'm hoping it's not harem. And I love music, like Hibike Euphonium, holy shit. But anyway, I'll be checking this out. I say give it a look. Let's see, next is Train Chronicles no Hikari. I don't know, it's by Telecom Animation Film and Graphinica. There's no synopsis for it, I don't know anything about it. The picture reminds me, it's very reminiscent of Arslan Sinki that aired recently. So I don't know what to expect out of this at all. There's nothing for it. 12 episodes though, it's based off of a game. Maybe it'll be decent. The image, if the art or the animation is similar to the art in this image, it might be interesting. It looks like a magic, it says fantasy adventure, so I'll at least take a peek-see. Next is Rewrite second season. Moon-hen, Terra-hen, which Terra is just like terrestrial, like land, earth. I'm guessing it's the second season, and it will cover the Moon and Terra routes of the original game. I'm guessing the first season did really well. I watched it all the way through. It was, let's see, how do I put this? Interesting, and I thought it was gonna go somewhere else, but in the end, it was a bit of a letdown. However, I do like the ending, because they didn't give us some sort of, oh no, they end up together and save the world. No, the world is destroyed. Like, just flat out destroyed. I think, I don't remember if I did, no, I don't think I did a review for it, but I think I would give it like a 6.5, maybe a 7. It wasn't awful. But the next on, and that's by 8-bit, but the next on the series, on the list, is another one by A1 Pictures. They're doing 3 this season. They're doing Blue Exorcist, and they're doing this one, Granblue Fantasy, the animation, and then one called Demi-chan wa Kataritai. Something like that. But as far as this one goes, Granblue Fantasy, the animation, it's based off of a game. Again, a lot of game this season. It's a fantasy, only there's no synopsis for it, and there's no episode lengths or how many episodes there'll be. It looks very A1 Pictures, but it's based off of games, so this one could be hit or miss. When they do original works, or based off of, like, good manga, like, you get really good stuff, but games and light novels and visual novels, kind of iffy on those. So I don't know what to expect from this one, but it seems a lot like the Chain Chronicles one. I'm hoping this one will turn out to be a lot like Gate and be really, really well. The next one on the list is Akiba's Trip, the animation, which is based off of the game Akiba Strip. And it's an ecchi action adventure supernatural. I probably will not be watching this, sadly. Oh, and I'll give the I'm gonna watch Rewrite, and I will at least give Granblue a look. I'll probably watch it all the way through Day One Pictures. But as far as Akiba's Trip, it's based off of Akiba Strip, the game, and it didn't, like, the game didn't appeal to me all that much. So unless I'm wrong and it's literally based off of the game Akiba's Trip, I'm just not that interested in it. It doesn't seem too particularly fantastic. So I'll give it a first look at least. I'll do that much. Because it doesn't look like it has awful animation, at least that. Next on the list is Demi-chan wa Katara, the one I said earlier. This is basically a monster girls, or monsters, like demi-humans, live on Earth, and the humans and demi-humans get along, and it's just gonna be like a slice of life fantasy kind of comedy thing. But it's like the girl, like this guy has to start teaching. His dream was to teach demi-humans, and now he gets to teach demi-humans. But now he's got to deal with, like adolescent problems as well as, like, demi-human problems. So it's A1 Pictures, based off of a manga. I'm really excited for it. It sounds like it'll be like a chill one for the season, so I'm definitely watching it. Gonna at least, well, no, I'm gonna watch it, yeah. Next is L-Dive, or L-Delive. Whatever the fuck that means. I'm actually interested. It's done by Studio Pira. It's a guy who's got this voice in his head. Is suddenly summoned to, like, a space station, and it's like, oh, you have the potential to be a intergalactic policeman, a police officer. So yeah, why don't you test for it? And the voice in his head is like, yeah, do it. Why not? So he's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. It's action sci-fi shonen space. I do like my space stuff. So I'm gonna definitely check this one out. Next is Kobayashi-san Chi no Maid Dragon. It's done by my all-time favorite studio, Kyoto Kyoto Animation, KyoAni, whatever you want to call it. It's based off of a manga, and it's kind of a letdown as far as KyotoAni goes, because it's not, like, super beautiful, over the top. Like, holy fucking shit. Probably because they just did the movie, Koi no Katachi, which I definitely want to check out. I have not seen yet. And I saw that they were working on something else that looked absolutely fantastic. But I don't know the name of it, and it's not coming out this season. So this is probably like a lull for them, after they just had, Hibike Euphonium, and they've got all these other big things coming out. But it's basically an office worker who saves a dragon that can, like, the dragon is now indebted to her and lives with her, and it's just hilarity ensues. So I'm really interested in it. Love KyotoAni. They hit spot on fucking everything. So 100% watching this to the end. Next is Reikenzan Eichi no Shikaku. It's based off a novel, which is the first one based off of a novel this season, done by Studio Dean. And I didn't really understand the, synopsis, but I think it's basically like your Deus Ex Machina. You have the character who's destined for this kind of stuff, and decides to go and do the stuff that he's destined to do. I'll give it a look at the very least. I'm not thinking it's probably gonna be low to mid tier, but I'll take a look at it for what it's worth. You got All Out, leftovers from All Out, the rugby anime, which I did not watch. This one's really interesting. It's done by Nut. I have no idea what else they've done, but it's Yojo Senki, and it's this guy died or was killed or something in like this high place in Salaryman. Died, and a god, to spite him, put him in the body of a young girl in like World War II or something, and like he just becomes this absolute menace. And this picture that I'm gonna show you right here is like, what the fuck is this anime even going to be? I'm really looking forward to it. It's Magic Military, so I'm definitely gonna watch. Oh shit! I'm definitely gonna watch it. I will probably see it all the way through to the end, but if I don't like it, first impressions, expect that at least. The next one is Urara Meiro Cho. It's basically a girls anime. Not like an anime for girls, but an anime about girls. They basically want to become like maid priestesses, temple priestesses, stuff like that. Fantasy, historical, seinen, slice of life comedy. I'll give it a first look. This will probably be one of those that I watch early on in the list. Not necessarily low tier, but at things that aren't really high in story and like animation quality. And I just kind of watch them and be like, this is a funny anime, I can sit with it. Much like the Kyoto Annie one. Also have Yowamushi Pedal, new generation, so I guess another season of that. Some stuff that I don't feel like mentioning, because Schoolgirl Strikers, something based off of a phone game. Let's see. Ryu no Haisha. It's a fantasy, Studio Kahara. Most of the stuff beyond this point is, I'm not really interested in. It's a TV special. We have some bike anime, some more music anime, samurai anime as always. And that's more or less all the things that I'm going to be watching for the winter. Really, it's winter 2017 because it starts like January 1st, maybe like December 27th, something like that. So yeah, that's everything that I'll be watching for this season. I will be doing both a wrap-up for the fall season and a first impression once the first and second episode of most of these anime have come out. And I'll be doing kind of like what I did once before, is like a, you know, I'm gonna give them ratings and say this is what I'm expecting, and then at the end of the season I'll be like, this is what it actually turned out to be. And I think, I can't remember if I did a what's to come, like a lineup review for the fall season. But if I did, yeah, I think I did, because I remember freaking out over Hibike Euphonium. I'll probably do that in my, like, do a comparison based on my previous one in my fall 2016 wrap-up. But this is basically wrapping up everything that we're gonna see next season. I'm really excited about quite a few things, a lot of second seasons, a lot of things I'm excited for because they're second seasons. But let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more stuff like this, if you want to see more anime content, more reviews, like a top 10 of my favorite anime, or like a top 10 of just anime in general, anything like that. Do let me know. I'm more than happy because I love anime. You can see in the background I have posters put up. Finally, I get all my anime posters put up, and a lot of them keep falling, but that's a story for another time. But anyway, if you like this, go ahead and slap that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and as always,
I will see you in the next video.